How's it going? What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about James Harden. I want to get into some NBA talks, just because the NBA season is coming up, and I've just been seeing a lot of reports on James Harden and what's going on with him in Philly. Rumors of him going to Houston. There's a whole lot going on in Philly just in general. It just seems like, this 76ers team is just trying to find the pieces to win a championship. I mean, how long have we been hearing about the process? Trust in the process, believe in the process. But at what point do those words kind of just go out the window at this point? I mean, this whole situation with James Harden is just getting sour really, really quickly. And with James Harden, it just seems like he's in a situation where, it seems like, I guess to start off this video is this. The biggest quote James Harden said throughout the entire summer was, "Daryl Morey is a liar." So, I haven't done enough research to know exactly what he means by he's calling him a liar. I mean, that could mean a variety of things, From what it looks like, to me, it just seems like, Daryl Morey, I keep getting his name mixed up, bro. Daryl Morey. I believe that when he made the trade to bring James Harden on board to the 76ers, he promised James Harden that, okay, if you can take, less money, because I believe James Harden signed a 2-year, $65 million deal. So I believe he took, a shorter amount of money and said, okay, take this deal where we can have leverage and salary cap to bring in other pieces to win a championship. That's what it was about when James Harden got traded from the Nets to come to Philly. It was about winning a championship. So he took less money, and then he signed a shorter deal as well, assuming that if he played up to his standards this past season, that he would get an extension. And I believe that's probably what James Harden was promised. If I play up to my standards, I should get a contract, after this season. Now, I don't know if the conversation could have been, well, how, because I think James Harden played good last year throughout, just his season last year he had with the Sixers was a good season he had. He averaged 21 points, he had 6.1 rebounds, and he led the league in assists with 10.7 assists per game. I felt like he did what he could for Philly as far as getting Embiid involved, and I feel like he was in really good shape last year. But as far as the playoffs, that's when things get tricky with James Harden, because I think he had a rocky playoff run versus the Celtics. It did go to a game 7, but the way James Harden performed after his big performances, because I believe in game 1 he had like the 41-point game, but then he came back after that game and he only scored 12 points, and he shot 2 for 14. That was his field goal range. That was game 2 after his big performance. So it seems like he had a drop off, and then it looks like when he got to game 5, he scored 42 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He had another good game, and then it just seems like after that, this guy, it just was, it's a rocky, I'm looking at the numbers, and he just had such a rocky performance. And I think that's when ownership was like, I don't know if we want to give this guy an extension, because to James Harden's words, he said after the season ended, it was just no talks. There was no discussions. So I think James Harden kind of feels betrayed that he was promised something. And I think that's where things get complicated with James Harden. Now, a lot of us from the outside perspective, we could be saying, James Harden, we feel like he shouldn't get an extension. Look at his attitude. But I think from James Harden's perspective as a player, I think he's looking at it like, I averaged 21 points last year. I led the league in assists. Like, I deserve an extension regardless of how good or bad I played in the playoffs. But I think with ownership, they're maybe kind of like, are we sure we want to give this guy this kind of money? Does he really deserve an extension? So it just seems like there's a lot of things going on with James Harden. But the fact that he missed, and so the biggest story of this whole thing is he missed training, practice today, which is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I think there's just a lot of teams right now. I think just this whole trade scenario thing is happening as well. I think also the frustration, it could be that I think that's part of the reason why he wants to leave, as far as he was probably promised, money that he's probably not going to receive. Now he wants to be traded, and this whole trade scenario thing it took the entire summer and nothing has been done. So there's been rumors that it's been the Clippers, the Utah Jazz. Every team was basically, in these rumor reports, but it seems like a deal has not been made. So here we are heading into, right now I believe we're in preseason. I think we're wrapping up preseason. So this is the time to be with your teammates, to build. And this is just not a good look for James Harden, because he's in a situation where ownership now, I mean, he's kind of forcing their hand where they have to trade him. But I'm just going to assume maybe that the trade hasn't happened because maybe the Clippers feel like, maybe the Sixers feel like they're not getting enough value, or it always comes down to that. It could be that, or maybe another team is hard for them to weigh on what their deal could be or what they want and what's the offer. So with James Harden, I know it's gonna have to be a 3-team deal with James to get that deal done for him to get out of Philly. But I just want to know how far this is gonna go, guys. I mean, I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to know what's gonna happen with James Harden. But I mean, this looks like a sticky situation. I mean, is he gonna get a fat suit? Is he gonna sit out? Is he willing to sit out? Is he willing to go that far? I mean, this guy, it seems like when he doesn't want to play for our organization, he doesn't care. Like I think one of the report asked him, can this relationship between him and Daryl Morey can be, what's the word they used? Oh man, the word was can it be repaired? And he said no. And I believe that was the same question they asked him in media when he made his public announcement against the Houston Rockets, when he said, I want to request a trade. And he said, this relationship can't get repaired. And he bounced out of one of the biggest contracts he could have ever had in his career, and he gone. The Nets, it was the same situation. When I think the analogy he used, I believe again, when he was speaking was, it's like a marriage, it's all about trust. And it just seemed like James Harden just doesn't trust this 76ers franchise. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts. As far as Joel Embiid, I wonder how he's out and about, because he wants to win a championship, man. This dude wants to freaking win. And if James Harden, for whatever reason, just doesn't play, or if he just makes things complicated, I don't see Joel Embiid staying in Philly as well. So with that being said, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. I just definitely wanted to just kind of vent out what's going on with James Harden. And I just hope everyone's having a good day, and just be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more NBA content, NFL content, and just try to give you guys this, the daily scoop up. So yeah, this whole James Harden thing been on my timeline all day, where I just felt like I had to kind of express it, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.